So
चल जाएगी लैपटॉप पे रहना
Aditya, could you please close your microphone? A lot of noise is coming. Okay, then we also talked about this question. I think this is what we have already done. Now we are going to talk about these questions today. Of course, we'll also take some challenging questions here. So let me take you back to the previous thing that we have discussed. Fine. So just give me 1 second. Let me. So as I said, we are going to talk about some more concepts here in today's session. One thing we already did here is, for example, 3x plus 2y is equal to 160. And x and y belongs to whole number. Whole number, I hope all of you know. The number that starts with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these are whole number. In fact, all natural number plus 0 are the whole numbers. So how many possible solutions will be coming there? Now you know the summation of the two values is constant. If one increases, second is bound to decrease. So let me take the first value of x and y here. So if x is 0, I can say y is 80. Of course, 82 is 160. Now x takes the gap of coefficient of y and y takes the gap of coefficient of x. So the next value of x will increase by 2 and this will decrease by 3. Is that fine? This is what we discussed in the earlier class. 3 2s are 6 and 77 2s are 154 plus 6 is 160. I'm sure you agree with this. The next value of x will be again going to increase it by 2. If one increases, you know the summation is constant. If one increases, second is bound to decrease. So if it decreases by 3, it will further decrease by 3. I'll say 74 is the value which is going to come up. Now, I know x started with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. What is the last value that we can have? I'm saying when y is 0, 3x will be the largest possible value because no value can be less than 0. So I'll say x is equal to 160 by 3, or I can say 3 5s are 15, 53.33. Now you know it is going to take all even number. The last even number that I'm going to take here is 52. So I'll say the value of x is coming out to be 0 to 52. So how many values are there? Can I say 27 values are going to come there? It is nothing but the table of 2. 2 zeros are 0, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 26s are 52. You must be thinking, why did you take it as 0? Because I know it cannot be less than 0. So the smallest value of this is 0, which is not possible because it is giving you value in the decimal. So I will say there are 27 values which are going to come there. I hope it is clear. Anyone, any query, any question here? We already did it in earlier class. A quick yes if you already understand this. Yeah, please ask. Samakshi, you have a doubt? Switch on your microphone and ask. Okay. Samakshi, do you understand the sum of the two values 0, sum of the two values constant? Y's highest value is coming out to be 80 and it drops by 3. Now, what is the last value that we can have? One thing is clear that it is 0 or more than that. So when I say y is equal to 0, x comes out to be 53.33. As you can see, the value of x is coming out to be 0, 2, 4. All of them are coming at a gap of 2. So they are even numbers. So tell me an even number which is less than 53.33, but it is an even number. Can I say it is 52? Okay, thank you. Fine. So here I go now. Now the next part that we are going to take here is I remember there was a one question that we did in the last class where I say 3x minus 6y, something like this is equal to 120. I'm not sure about this, but this is how it was coming. And you remember I told you that take 3 common and then do the calculation. This comes out to be somewhere around 60. And I say x takes a gap of 2 and y takes a gap of 1. I'm sure all of you remember that one. Very similar to this one. My dear, here I want to tell you one interesting thing. If there is an equation given x minus 2y is equal to 16, if you double it by 2, will the equation change? If you multiply both sides by 2, you will say no, it will not change. So x, according to this condition, x will be coming at a gap of 4 and y will come at a gap of 2, but that will be wrong. Why? Because you multiply both sides by 2. In that case, if you multiply this number by 3 on both sides, I think your answer will be coming out to be different from this one, but the equation is same. So whenever there's a equation means the two values are coming out to be equal. If you multiply one and the other side both by the same value, this will be coming out to be the same equation. So whether you multiply it by 2 or you multiply it by 3, the equation is not going to change. I hope it is clear to all of you. Fine. So anything that is common, you need to cancel it out. Please make sure, otherwise your answer will never be matching. Fine. Now, with this only, say that I said two, they were, say Aditya went to, one of the restaurant and he eat 2 burger and 3 sandwiches. 2 burgers and 3 sandwiches. It cost Aditya 180 rupees. Now what happens? Samakshi also went in the same restaurant. She bought another restaurant. She bought 4 burger and 6 sandwiches at rupees 360. How many equations are there? How many solutions are there? One thing is clear, if I double the burger, if I double the sandwich, the money will be automatically doubled if they are going to buy at the same rate. Let me repeat it again. If 2 burger and 3 sandwich will cost you 180 rupees and I double the burger, I double the sandwich, and the money is also doubled, should I say that they are going to buy it from the same shop? The same rate they are going to buy the burger and sandwich. That's why if you double on left hand side, the right hand side value is also doubled. What does that mean? That means both of them are buying at the same rate. What is the solution? What do you mean by solution? Say, for example, there are 2 parties and they are fighting over something. What is the solution? Where both the party agree. Solution means you cannot say it is a solution for me, but it is not solution for the other party. So when I talk about the solution of 2 equation, it means there must be a point where both of them agree. When I draw a line, listen to this. This is a linear equation. When I draw a line and I draw another line on it, how many point of intersection are you seeing? Can I say they intersect at every point? There are infinite solutions that you are going to see here. Am I right? So I'll say whenever a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and the another equation is a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. If I write a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2, I'll say they will give infinite solutions. They agree to every point. Is that fine to everyone? Please confirm with yes, no. You understand infinite? There are infinite point where both of them agree. So one says my burger cost B rupees, my sandwich cost S rupees, I paid 180. The second is going to double that money, double the the amount of burger and sandwich and also paying the double amount. I will say yes, it is absolutely fine. So I'll say they agree at every point, that is infinite number of solutions are there. Fine, let's take some more thing now. Now one day again, say Vidhi buy 2 burger and 3 sandwich for rupees 80. And the other one is Vaishnavi also went to a restaurant. She buy 4 burger, 6 sandwich at rupees 120. How many solutions are there? Do they agree? Are their rates matching? I'll say I have doubled this. I doubled this, but the money is not doubled. That means the price of their burger and sandwich will be different. The rate at which Vidhi is going to buy burger, Vaishnavi will not be going to buy at the same rate. Though they are talking about the same thing, they are talking about 2 burger, 3 sandwich, but the end result is different. So they will start fighting. There will be no solution. So I'll say that represents whenever a1x plus b1y, they're talking about the same thing. This is a2x plus b2y. If I say they're talking about the same thing, but the end result is different. One say, एक ने कहा 2 burger, 3 sandwich, sir, 80 rupees का cost करेगा. Second ने कहा नहीं sir, 4 burger, 6 sandwich will cost you 120. Don't you think that they are going to fight with each other? Why? Because the burger is doubled, sandwich is doubled. Why the money is not doubled? तो मैं तो यही सोचूंगा विधि पैसा खा रही है. So do you understand? There cannot be a solution. There cannot be an agreement between the two parties. So whenever I say a1 upon a2 is equal to same as a b1 upon b2, this thing is same. Left hand side values are same. But that will not be same as a ratio of c1 is to c2. I'll say no solution. We are talking about two parallel lines. There's a line, another line drawn parallel to this. I'll say two lines are never going to intersect. I will say no solution. There's no point where they're going to agree. I hope it is clear to all of you. Please ask if there is a question. Anything that comes in your mind, you can ask. Fine. So almost everyone says that it is clear to them. I believe it must be. Now, one day Siddhant, again, and Sambhav Jain, both of them, planned to buy a burger and sandwich again. So 2 burger and 3 sandwich, Siddhant said that it cost him rupees 100. 3 burger and 4 sandwich, Sambhav said will cost him rupees 210. Now they are not talking about the same thing. This doubled, this multiplied by 1.5 times. This is not multiplying with 1.5 times. So if you double it, this must be double. They are not talking about the same thing. So when I say a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y, listen to this very carefully. The ratio of these two values are not coming out to be same. They're not talking about the same thing. That means the lines are not parallel or collinear. Their slopes are different. Whenever the two lines which are not parallel and they are on the same plane, they must be intersecting at only one point. So my dear, whenever I say a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, c1 c2 का कोई रोल ही नहीं है इसमें. If a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, means they are not talking about the same thing. Whenever the two people are not talking about the same thing, there will be a unique solution between them. Because they're not fighting over something. India and Pakistan cannot have a solution. Why? Because both of them are fighting over the Kashmir. But if I talk about India and Saudi Arabia, India and Afghanistan, India and Israel, we can have solution over any problem. Reason we are not sticking to the same problem. So that's why a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. I'll say that means, boss, they are not talking about the same lines. So I will say that gives you unique solution. एक ही solution आएगा. अगर एक plane में दो line बनाओगे और वो parallel नहीं होगी, कहीं तो दुनिया में वो intersect करेगी. At least there will be one point where they are going to intersect. That gives you the unique solution. I believe it is clear now to all of you. So you know about infinite solution. It is a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. This one. So everywhere they intersect. When they talk about the same thing, but the end result is different, they're certainly going to quarrel, and that's why there will be no solution. And when they're not talking about the same thing, of course, there will be always a solution, which is a unique solution. They may not agree to every point, but there will be one point where they are going to agree. Anyone now? Good, Vidhi, Aditya. Thank you. Siddhant. Thank you, Parul, Samakshi, Sambhav, Vaishnavi. So this one is important point here. Let me take you to some of the questions here. Polynomial we'll discuss, don't worry. A lot of things before that. Here is the question. They have got infinite solution. There are two equations. One is this, second is this. And that infinite solution, can you find the value of k? Don't worry, this is 3 by 2. This is minus 3 by 2. This is 2 by 3. So you got 3 by 2 option, minus 3 by 2, 2 by 3, and minus 2 by 3. What is the value of k which will satisfy here? Okay, Siddhant, good. Parul, well done. Vaishnavi, very nice. Good, Parul, Sambhav, Vidhi. Almost everyone is getting the answer. रितु मलिक, क्या क्वेश्चन इतना डिफिकल्ट है कि आपका आंसर नहीं आ रहा है? Vaishnavi, you got it correct. We know whenever a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. That tells you about the infinite solution. Thank you, Ritu. So 3 by 6 is equal to k by 3 is equal to 1 by 2. Yeah, Samakshi, that is correct. So you know k by, look at this. This is also half. This is k by 3 is equal to half. Can I say k by 3 is equal to 1 by 2, k is equal to 3 by 2? That's your answer. I don't think it takes a lot of time to get the answer. So the answer is 3 by 2. Anyone, any question? Of course, everyone got it correct. This is what we have already done earlier. Here is this. Let me explain. X plus 2y minus 3z is equal to p. 2x plus 6y minus 11z is equal to q. And then it is qx, sorry, x minus 2y plus 7z is equal to r. So one is this equation, one is this equation, and this is the last one where r is coming here. So these are the three equations. Which one of the following condition must PQR satisfy so that the following system of linear equations, there are three linear equations, have at least one solution such that P plus Q plus R is not equal to 0. This cannot be equal to 0. So which one will be coming out to be correct solution? Would you like to answer it? Just check it out. The question was asked in CAT. If there are two equations, I would say they will be asked, these type of question will be asked in your symbiosis, Narsi Munji. Should I also tell you the options? This is first option, this is second option. Third is 5p plus 2q minus r is equal to 0. This is third option. And this one is fourth option. The underlying one are the options. If you look at all these options, P is multiplied with 5, Q is multiplied with 2, and R is multiplied by 1. There may be plus or minus sign in between them. Let me talk about this, the P multiplied by 5, this multiplied by 2, and this multiplied by 1. So I'll say this equation becomes 5x plus 10y minus 15z is equal to 3q. Sorry, 5x plus 10y minus 15z is equal to 3p. And if you multiply it by 2, it will become 4x plus 12y minus 22z is equal to 2q. And the third one is multiplying it by 1 will not be going to bring any changes here. That is equal to r. Now look here, if you subtract this and this, 5 minus 4 minus 1 will come out to be 0. 10 minus 12 is minus 2 plus 2 will come out to be 0. Minus 15 plus 22 minus 7 will come out to be 0. So can I say the first one will be correct answer because P multiplied with 5, Q multiplied with 2, and R multiplied with 1, when these two are subtracted, the answer will be 0x, 0y, 0z. Good, Sambhav and Vaishnavi. I hope it is clear to others as well. Feel free, you can ask me the question as well. Any question you can ask. Fine, Aditya. Siddhant. Vidhi. Good. Okay. Thank you, Parul and Samakshi. Thank you, Ritu. Would you like to answer this question? Special question for you. Good, Vaishnavi. So Ritu, Aditya, and Vaishnavi has got the same answer. Let me start now. You got Chota Hazari and Mota Hazari. These are the two places, and census is going on, so there are males and there are females. I request all of you to now please pay attention. I did not say anything when I have given you this question. Now please pay attention here. It is given that Chota Hazari has 4,522 fewer males than Mota Hazari. So I'll say Mota Hazari is having X. It is X minus 4,522. Mota Hazari has 4,020 more females than male. Female is 4,020 more. Chota Hazari has twice as many female as male. Chota Hazari has twice as many males, as many females as male. So females will be twice of this. Chota Hazari has 2,910 fewer female than Mota Hazari. So the number of females in Chota Hazari is 2,910 less than Mota Hazari. That is X minus 4,522. Sorry. Chota Hazari has twice as many females as male. Just a second. Chota Hazari has twice the female. Sorry. Chota Hazari has twice as many female as male. So females in Chota Hazari is twice of it. Chota Hazari has 2,910 fewer females than Mota Hazari. So the number of female in Chota Hazari are this. These are the number of female are less by this value. Is that fine? I hope it is clear. And this is also given Mota Hazari has 4,020 more female than male. So the females are 4,020 more than this. I'm sure it is clear to all of you. Now, Chota Hazari has 2,910 fewer females than Mota Hazari. So females, Mota Hazari are these. Chota Hazari has this is equal to 2910. Just solve this equation, you will get everything about the value of x. So I'll say it is x plus 4020, my dear, minus 2x, minus minus become plus, and this is 449044 is equal to 2910. So that become minus x is equal to 2910 minus 46013. So can I say minus x is equal to 13064 minus 2910? 4, 5, 1, and this is 0 minus. I'll cancel it. I'll get x is equal to 10154. What do we want to find out? Total number of males in Chota Hazari. So the number of males in Chota Hazari will be 10154 minus 4522. I hope you understand it. This is 2, this is 3, this is 6, and 5632 will be your answer. So third one is coming out to be correct. I believe it is clear to all of you now. Please ask me if there is any question here. Everything you have to take it as a x because this is less, this is more, and finally it is double of it. And then the difference between them is already given as a 2910. You have to just do it. Clear, everyone? People who could not get the answer. Good. Vaishnavi, Altia, and Ritu Malik, your answers are matching. Any question, any doubt, you can certainly ask here. Everything is mentioned. This is the logic of equation. So in fact, whatever we were doing, I think this is the perfect question to explain you why equations are needed. When the values are not fixed given to you, the values may change its term, or there may be some correlation between them. I'll say an equation can be formed. And you remember that equation means you are equating. It is equate is the word which is coming here. On the basis of that, you are going to form an equation. Fine. Okay. A few of the challenging questions that they are saying. Not this one, just a second. Why not we start with this one? You first try, then I will give you the answer. Fine, I have got some answer. I think it is a time to get back to the answers. So Siddhant and Vaishnavi has given me the answer, and both of their answers are coming out to be same. Anyone else who would like to comment? Okay. So there are three papers, A, B, C. The number of questions, the student attempted 20 questions put together. There are no negative marking for if you miss any of the question, then also there will be no mark deducted. A paper offered 20, say there are 20, every question that you are getting correct in paper A, you got 20 marks. So A is the number of questions that we are getting correct in paper A. 25 marks will be getting in paper B and 30 marks we will be getting in paper C. The total marks comes out to be 520 marks. What is the maximum number of questions attempted by a student in section A? That is one is asked. And second is the number of ways it can be done. How many ways you can do so? One thing is clear, I can see that it is all of them are multiple of 5. You remember I told you cancel out the common values there. So I'll cancel out 5. I'll say 4A, 5B, and 6C. It is coming out to be 104. This is what I'm getting. Now, first case here is I'm putting A is equal to, say, let's put A is equal to 0 here. If you're putting A is equal to 0, I'll say 5B plus 6C is equal to 104. Agree? How many possible values are there? One thing is very clear, that this value is coming out to be multiple of 5 and this is multiple of 6. I'll say 0, no, it is not divisible. I'll say 1, 99 is not divisible. I'll say I'm putting the value of B is equal to 0. Of course, 6C is a multiple of 3. 1054 is not a multiple of 3. I'll say no, it is not possible. I'll put 1. 99 is odd number. 6C is an even number. I'll say that is also not satisfying. I'll put 2 here. 94, again, it is not multiple of 3. I'll put 3 here. After putting 3 here, you know 5 3s are 15. If you look at this, you will get 89. So you'll say no solution is coming. Do you understand? If I subtract 5 3s are 15 is going to be subtracted from here. It is coming out to be what? 89 is a number which is an odd number. 6C cannot be an odd number. I'll further put the value. I'll say, okay, what about the 4? If you are putting 4, it is 84. 4 5s are 20. I'll say 84 is the value which is going to come. 84 is a multiple of 6. 84 is a multiple of 6. So I'll say, very good. I got one solution here. And the solution is coming out to be 1 when B is equal to C. B is equal to 4. So 6 1s are 6. C is coming out to be 1. And this is 14. So the next value of B will be taking a gap of 6. So B will be coming out to be 10. What about the value of C? Understand this. What is the value of C that is going to come here? The sum of the two values constant. If one increases by 6, second will decrease by 5. I'll say 9. This will come out to be 16. I'll say this is coming out to be 4. So these are the values which are going to come here. I hope it is clear. So 3 solutions are coming from this. Please do ask if there is any query so far. Yeah, why not? My dear, 5B plus 6C is equal to 104 power. When you put B is equal to 4, it comes out to be 20 and this is 84. Now 84 is divisible by 6. I can say when B is equal to 4, C is 40. You remember I told you whenever an equation is coming there, 5B plus 6C is equal to 104 power. I told you B will be taking a gap of coefficient of C and C will take a gap of coefficient of B. When the sum of the two values constant, if one increases, second decreases because their sum is constant. So I'll say one will take a gap of 6, second will decrease by 5. Is it fine? I'm sure you remember we discussed it in length in the last class and today as well. I cannot further separate it by 5 because if you separate it by 5, you will get -1. That's why I will stop at C is equal to 4. Fine. Now at A is equal to 0, I'm going to get how many? 3 solutions are coming there. Fine. Let's put A is equal to the next value of A will come out to be 1. If I put A is equal to 1, it is 4, it is 100. I'll say I'll get 5b plus 6c is equal to 100. I'll say 5b, of course, the minimum value of c is equal to 0. Let's put c is equal to 0 now. B will come out to be 20. 25 is the 100. And B takes a gap of 6. So I'll say 14. Then further, and this increases. Then further 8. Then further 2. 5 2s are 10 and 15 6 are 90. That is going to satisfy. How many solutions are there? I'll say there are 4 solutions which are going to come. Fine. So in this case, I'll say 4 solution. I'll put A is equal to what? The next value that you can put here is A is equal to 2. Do you understand this? Anyone, any query? Okay. Fine. So now similarly, you are going to put that the value of this is coming out to be what? The next value that you can put here is A is coming out to be 2 here. So I want to find out the maximum number of questions attempted by a student in section A. What is the maximum number of questions that you can attempt here? Out of the option, if you are saying 12 fours are 48, 8 fours are 32, 8 and 12, there are 2 values which are coming there. So let's take A is equal to 12. I'm directly putting A is equal to 12 here. If you are putting A is equal to 12, we are 12 fours are 48. I'll say 48, that is 5B plus 6C is equal to 104 minus 48. 56 is the value which is coming here. Now look at this. If you're putting C is equal to 1, B will come out to be 10. Do you agree with this? So I will say B is coming out to be 10. Yes, 12 is the highest value that I can keep here. I hope it is clear to all of you. So the number of questions that you are going to get correct, I hope it is clear. Now one more thing is there. Look at the question. It is saying that a student attempted overall 20 questions, which we have not taken so far. So I'll say A number of questions are correct, B number of questions are correct, C number of questions are coming out to be correct. The total number of questions which are to be done is coming out to be 20 here. Do you agree with it? Fine. Okay. So the number of questions which are coming out to be correct will be, this is the largest possible value I can take it. So if I'm saying A is coming out to be 12, my dear, you will get B plus C is equal to 8. Agreed? And this is another equation. Look at this. This is 5B plus 6C is equal to 56. I'll multiply it by 5. I'll say 5B plus 5C is equal to 40. I'll say C is coming out to be 16. If C is coming out to be 16 and A is coming out to be 12, is it possible that 12 plus 16 is coming out to be 28? The number of questions which you are doing is coming out to be 20. How can you get this value as a 16? I hope it is clear. Let me repeat it again. I'm saying B plus C is coming out to be 8 if A is equal to 12, because the number of questions that you are attempting is 20. There may be some wrong answer. I imagine that every question is coming out to be correct. In that case, also 5B plus 6C is coming out to be 56 that you're going to get here. So I'll say 5B plus 5C is equal to 40. I'll say C is equal to 16. You already imagine A to be 12 and C is coming out to be 16. Now you can easily make out it. The total number of questions are not coming out to be 20. It is more than that. So of course, one thing is clear that I cannot take this value. The highest possible value of this is 12. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now, so what to be done? I will say option number 4 will not be the answer. Option number 2 will not be the answer. So what will be the answer? I'll say 9, 8. Let's talk about 8 is the number of questions that we are going to do maximum. Correct. So A is equal to 8 here. B plus C is equal to 12 here. Agreed? Now here also, you already know about this thing. Where is this equation? The equation is 4A plus 5B plus 6C. 4A is 32 plus 5B plus 6C is equal to 104. I'll say 5B plus 6C is equal to 72. If you multiply it by 5, I'll say 5B plus 5C is equal to 60, or I can say C is coming out to be 12. My dear, you are going to get it correct. Why you are going to get it correct? Because C is coming out to be 12. C is 12, A is 8, Of course, B can come out to be 0. I'll say this is the value which is going to satisfy. Is it clear to all of you? Now coming back to, there are two places where you are going to get answer as a 8. Either first or third will be your correct answer. Either first or third will be coming out to be your correct answer. You know the total number of, look at this, A is equal to, when I put A is equal to 0, I was saying A was equal to 0, 4 plus 14 is 18, which is absolutely fine. Maybe there are 0 questions that you are going to get here. Here B and C is coming out to be 14 plus 4. 18 questions are coming out to be correct because you will be given marks only for the correct one. 10 plus 9 is 19. I will say this is correct. This is correct. 16 plus 4 is 20. This is also correct. 3 solutions are already coming when A was 0. Now let's look at A is equal to 1. If A is equal to 1, can you get B is equal to 20? No, the overall questions that needs to be attempted is 20. If B is 20, C is 0 and A is 1, the summation is 21. I'll say no, it is wrong. 14 plus 5 is 19 plus 1 is 20. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. 3 solutions are going to come here. I believe it is clear to all of you. Now you need to find out what is the value of A. The next value of A is 2. If A is coming out to be 2, my dear, you put 2 here. I will say it is 5B plus 6C is equal to how much? 104 minus 8 is coming out to be 96. Now you already know 5B plus 6C is equal to 96. You also know B plus C is coming out to be 18 here. So I can multiply it by 5. Same thing. C is coming out to be what? C is coming out to be very large number you can make out from here. So I'll say no solution is going to come in here. Is it fine? Is it clear to everyone who are there? I believe it is clear. Please look at this. One is this equation that you have. Second is A plus B plus C is coming out to be 20 or less than 20. Why I'm saying 20 or less than 20? Because the marks are taken only when the answers are correct. The number of questions attempted are coming out to be 20. The number of correct answer can be 20 or less than that, but it cannot be more than 20. I believe it is clear now. Okay. So now coming to the next part of this, I'll say A is equal to 2. Same thing that you have done earlier. I'll 4 to the 8. हमने ये सारा solve किया था. 5B plus 6C is coming out to be 96. I'll say the smallest value of this is 16 is a very 16 6 are 96 is the value which is going to satisfy. Now after that it will be taking a gap of 6. I'll say 6. 11 plus 6 is 17 plus 2 is 19 is coming out to be correct. Now I'll increase it further by 6. I'll say 12. This is 6. 12 plus 6 is 18 plus 2 is 20. 3 solutions will come from here. I believe it is clear to all of you. Please ask me if there's any question. A plus B plus C should be 20 or less than 20 because these are the number of correct answers. I may attempt 20 questions. I may be getting only one answer correct. That is quite possible here. I believe it is clear. So I'll say 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 solutions are going to come there. Is that fine, everyone? So far. Now, you already know when you were putting A is equal to 8 here, you were also getting one more solution. So it has to be more than 9 solutions. So the answer will be coming out to be first one because it is coming out to be 10 solution. There'll be some more solutions which are going to fit in here. So your option will not come out to be third. Your option will come out to be the first one. Is it fine? Because I think most of you have marked as Parul, do you have any doubt in this? Yes, ask me, Parul, what is the doubt? I think all of you can switch on your microphone. I don't know why you people shy you of speaking.
Sir, actually A is equals to 1 वाले केस में why do we cancel B is equals to 20 and C is 0?
हाँ जी मैम, क्योंकि अगर आपने एक क्वेश्चन ए का करेक्ट करा है, बी के 20 क्वेश्चंस करेक्ट करे और सी के 0 क्वेश्चन करेक्ट करे हैं, तो टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर कमिंग आउट टू बी 21.
अच्छा,
while
okay,
in the question you attempted only 20 questions, that's why we eliminated it.
Okay, sir.
In the next case, 14 plus 5 is 19 plus 1 is 20 is correct. Whichever answer you are giving, all of them are correct. 8 plus 10 is 18 plus 1 is 19 is less than 20. I may attempt 20 questions, but only 19 of them are coming out to be correct. That's why it is satisfying. Is it fine, man? Okay. Anyone else who have any question? Any doubt? कुछ भी आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है, आप पूछ सकते हैं. Thank you, Aditya. Would you like to answer this question? Very famous question. Many places this question is asked in HR interview. So would you mind answering this question? Please try out it. A telecom service provider engages male and female operator for answering 1,000 calls per day. So male and females are going to answer 1,000 calls. Okay, Sambhav, good. A male operator can handle 40 calls per day. So 40 calls male handle karta hai, whereas a female operator can handle 50 calls. Overall, they are supposed to handle 1,000 calls. Good, Vidhi. The male and female operator get a fixed wage. Male gets at the rate of rupees 250. Female at the rate of rupees 300. In addition, a male operator gets rupees 15 per call. Every call, they are paid 15 rupees. So males, this is fixed, plus at the rate of 15 rupees per call. Here it is, the females are paid 10 rupees per call. To minimize the total cost, how many male operators should the service provider employ? Assuming he has to employ more than 7 of the 12 female operators available for the job. So first thing is to minimize the total cost is the only criteria. Paisa kam se kam lagna chahiye. Now you look at this, 250 plus 15 calls, 40 calls is what a male made one day. So can I say 15 fours are 60? So 600 rupees will be made by calling the people and 250 is the charges. That is 850 rupees is paid for the 40 calls. Almost every call is coming out to be more than 8 rupees. Do you understand this? I'm talking about minimizing a cost. I want to find out per call how much I'm going to pay one male. What about the female? Female is paid 300 rupees fixed. For every call, 10 rupees is paid. 50 calls will be going to generate 500 rupees. That is 800 rupees is paid for 50 calls. 16 rupees is what it is going to be paid. I hope it is clear. Sorry, it is 85, 850, and this is coming out to be, sorry, 21 rupees. This is coming out to be 21 rupees per call is to be made. I hope it is clear. 600 plus 250 is 850 rupees is paid to the male. 800 rupees is paid to a female. Female is going to call 50 people. Male is going to call 40 people. Don't you think it is feasible to hire? It is feasible to hire more female if you want to minimize the cost. How many females are available? There are 12 females which are available. I will hire all of the 12 female because they are the most cost effective. So 12 females, if you are going to hire, they're going to make 600 calls. Now, 40 males are going to make 1000 minus 600 calls, my dear, that is 400 calls. 400 calls are made by these males. Every male calls 40 people. So can I say the number of males which are needed here are 10? Is that fine? To minimize the cost, the male operator should the service provider employ. He will employ only 10 males. You need to understand it should be cost effective. If you are hiring a female, females are taking 800 rupees for how many calls? For 50 calls. Males are taking 850. पैसा भी ज़्यादा ले रहे हैं, कुछ काम भी नहीं करते. So 40 calls. So that is the reason why the efficiency of female is more. It is feasible to hire almost all females there. Good, Vidhi, Sambhav, and Vaishnavi has answered it correctly. The rest of the people, I think they are still waiting for something to come up here. In case of any doubt, please ask. Any query, any question that you have, you can ask. So almost these type of questions are going to bring a lot of confidence in you. Fine. This is one question more that I want you to solve. After that, the linear part will be over. A test has 50 questions. Let me repeat the question for you. A student scored 1 mark for a correct, and this is 1/3 minus 1/3 for a wrong, and minus 1/6 for not attempting a question. So if your answer is correct, you will be awarded at the rate of 1 mark. If your answer is wrong, you'll be penalized with 1/3 of mark, minus 1/3. So 1/3 of the mark will be deducted. If you are going to unattempt the question, you're not attempting the question, it will be minus 1/6 marks. Fine. If the net score of a student, the net score comes out to be 32, sorry. You need to answer what is the minimum number of answer marked wrongly. So how many answers you are marking wrongly? That is minimum. Cannot be less than means that what is the minimum possible value of it? Come on, try to get the answer. Okay, here I go. You got correct answers, got wrong answers, you got unattempted answers. Total, it is 50 questions which are given. For every correct, it is one answer, 1 mark that you are going to get. For every wrong, it is minus 1/3. For every unattempted, okay, Ritu Malik, it is minus 1/6. And the score must come out to be how much? 32. This is the question here. I believe it is clear till this point. Fine. So what I do is I'll separate this. So CC will get cancelled out. It is 4/3 of W. This minus minus become plus. I'll say 7/6 of U is equal to 18. Do you agree with it? I subtracted this equation from this because every correct it is 1 mark to be awarded. So minus minus will become plus. 1 plus 1/3 is 4/3. 1 plus 1/6 is 7/6 of U is equal to 18. So what I can do is I can take LCM of these two values, which is 6. So I'll say 8W plus 7U is equal to 18. 6 are 108. This is the equation which is going to come. I hope it is clear to all of you now. Now, my dear, I already cancelled the number of C here. The correct answers is, of course, deducted from this value. I'll find out the value of this. So is it divisible by 7? I will say no, it is not divisible by 7. Is it divisible by 8? No, it is also not divisible by 8. So I know W cannot be equal to 0. This is ruled out. W is equal to 1. I'll say no, 8 ones are 8. If I subtract that, so 100 is not divisible by 7. So W can be equal to 2. 8 2s are 16. If I separate 16, 92 never comes in the table of 7. This is also gone. If wrong is equal to 3, 8 3s are 24. If 24 is subtracted here, it is 84. Is that fine? Unattempted will come out to be 12. So 12 unattempted will be there, 3 wrongs will be there, and the number of correct answers will be out of 50. I will separate this. I'll say 35 questions are correct. Do you agree with it? Everyone? Do you agree that W is equal to 3, U is equal to 12 is a value which is going to satisfy? The next value of W will take a gap of 7 and U will take a gap of 8. So I'll say the wrong will come out to be 7 plus 3 is 10 and unattempted what? 4. So I'll say if it is 10 and this is coming out to be 4, 14, I'll say the correct will come out to be 36. But here it is asked what is the minimum number of answers which are wrong. So I'll say that will be 3. I'm sure you understand this. One is C is equal to 35, W is equal to 3. Unattempted will be coming out to be what? 12. Second case is C is coming out to be what? 36. W comes out to be 10. Unattempted will be coming out to be 4. So 36 marks minus W by 3 minus 4 by 6, that is minus 2 by 3. So minus 12 by 3 is what? Minus 12 by 3 is 4. So you will get 32 answer. What about this? This is minus 1/3, 34. This is 1/6 minus 2. So that will give you the score of 32. So both of these will be the probable solution. But in the question, it is asked what is the minimum number of wrong answers that you can attempt here. So I'll say this is the only answer. Anyone, any doubt, any question that you have, you can certainly ask. Any question, please ask. I'll be happy to answer. Yesterday it was SNAP exam. In SNAP 2021, there were many questions which were directly taken from the last year CAT papers. So from 2001 to 2010, whatever questions were asked in CAT, the same question without any changes, they just put it in SNAP exam. I'm not saying every question, but yes, there were quite a number of questions which were taken from the earlier CAT paper. So even if you are looking at CAT, imagine that these old questions can be as it is coming there in your exam. It may be CAT, it may be another exam. So be prepared for it. Fine. Any question, any query, anything which you feel is not clear, please पूछ लीजिएगा. इससे ज़्यादा मैं आपसे पूछ नहीं सकता. ठीक है, क्योंकि जरूरी नहीं है जो मैंने बताया that all thing must be clear. There may be a a problem, a doubt, a confusion. Maybe I have done some mistake. सिर्फ दो लोग हैं, संभव and Parul, who says it is clear. The rest, I hope it must be clear to others as well. Fine. Would you like to answer this question, the last question for tonight? Okay, not an issue. A shopkeeper buys X number of pencils and Y number of pens. These are pencils, these are pens. The cost price of a pencil is 30 rupees and a cost price of a pencil is 20 rupees, and the summation of that is equal to 1000 rupees. Okay, somehow. So one thing is clear, if I cancel it, I'll say 3x plus 2y is equal to 1000. Sorry, 100. Now, one thing, my dear, if I imagine, if I write it as, 2x plus 2y, I know 3x plus 2y is equal to 100 is there. So 2x plus 2y will be less than 100. So x plus y will be anything, but that will be less than 50. Do you agree with it? First thing. Now, I can also write if 3x plus 2y is equal to 100, I can say 3x plus 3y will be more than 100. Why? Because more value of y is coming here. So it is greater than equal to 100. It may be possible that y is like in this case, I can say x is 0. That is quite possible. So 3x plus 3y is greater than equal to 100. Or I'll say x plus y is greater than 100 by 3, which is greater than 33.33. So I know x plus y will be greater than 33.33 and less than 50, less than equal to 50. Do you agree with? So I'll say this cannot be my answer. Either of these two options will be coming out to be correct so far. Any question, any doubt here? So A is not correct. The summation of them should be more than 33.33. I believe it is clear to all of you. Please ask, feel free. Thank you. Okay, fine, 4, 5, 6. Waiting for one more. Everyone has replied except one. I believe it is clear. Okay, thank you, Vaishnavi. So it is coming out to be in between 33.33 and 50. So that's why the first one is ruled out. This cannot be your answer. This cannot be your answer. This cannot be your answer. Only C could be your answer. That is what we can conclude from here. Fine. So let's come to the next part. Now what he did is he gifted away a few pens. So you know the pens are Y. These are the pens. And these are pencils. He gift a few pens and sells the remaining pens at 25. So I will say 25 pens, say Z are the number of pens he is going to sell, the rest of the pens he has given as a gift. And the pencils at rupees 35. And he is ending at break even, means he is selling it at 1,000 rupees. Do you agree with it? Now he has donated, he has gifted some of the pens. If he has not gifted all of these pen, I imagine that he is going to charge for every pen. This value will be more than 1,000 rupees or equal to 1,000 if he is giving it still at free of cost. Do you agree with it? I've taken Z are the number of pens that he's selling because he gifted some of the pen. So some of them are gifted which are at free of cost. That's why Z is taken and it is a break even. That's why it must be coming out to be 1,000. So I'm saying if he is not gifting any one of them, the price should be 1,000 or more than that. Anyone, any question till this point? Very nice. I can cancel 5. I can say 7x plus 5y greater than equal to 200. Fine. I know if I'm taking 7x plus 7y will be greater than equal to 200. So x plus y is greater than equal to 200 by 7. Do you agree with 7 2s are 14? Yes, 6. 16. 7 8s are 56. So I'll say it must be always greater than 28. The value must be greater than 28. Again, it is ruled out. It was already ruled out. Now also it will be ruled out. The second thing is if you are taking 5x plus 5y, you know, this is the equation which is going to come from here. You know, 7x, I hope it is clear. 7x plus 7y. I'm saying if I'm taking 7y, it has to be more than that. But 5x plus 5y can be 200 or less than that as well. Because if I'm reducing the number, listen here, if I'm saying it is more than 2,000 and if I'm going to reduce it, it will be also less than or equal to 1,000. Is that fine? Yes. If we are reducing it, the value will be less than that. Or I will say x plus y will be coming out to be less than, what is that? 200. Of course, that is going to satisfy. So from all the option, as I know A cannot be my answer, I will say the only correct answer will be coming out to be C here. X plus y is equal to 45. Some of you may be asking me, why did not this can be answer? You are right. Even the second could be also answer. But in the option, there is no option given as a B and C. Had that been given as an option, I would have marked on it. Is it clear? So that is the reason why in the question also it is asking which of the following relation can be correct. So I'll say it is B and C, but there is no option as B and C. That's why my answer is coming out to be what? Only option number 3rd. Please ask if there is a question here. I'll be happy to answer. Any doubt, you can take your time and then ask. Fine. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Sambhav Jain. What we are doing is it is 100. So where is it? Just a second. This is 7x plus 5y is greater than 200. I'll take 200 only, my dear. So I'll say it is less than 200 is less than equal to 40. The value will be less than equal to 40 here. Yes, you are right. It is 200, sorry, not 1000. So if you are writing 5x plus 5y, it will be less than equal to 200. I'll say x plus y is less than 40, then also I will say the answer which is coming out to be less than 40 is a value which is possible only when you are taking it less than 1000. You are taking this as a less than 1000. But it will be certainly coming out to be more than that value. तो कुछ भी हो सकता है क्योंकि आपने ये पहले ही माना है कि this is greater than 1000. If it is greater than 1000, 7x plus 5y is greater than 200. Now, if it is greater than 200, I am reducing it. It may be equal to 0, it may be equal to 1. So I don't know. More than 200 can be 400. So 5x plus 5y may be greater than 200, maybe less than 200, maybe equal to 200. Is that fine? So that's why it is giving you 40. 40, less than 40, more than 40, all of these possible options will be there. So from this option, I will say this is the only option which is coming out to be correct. Is it clear, Sambhav? Thank you. One more thing, for example, if I'm saying a man earns more than 1 million rupees per month, say. Now, more than 1 million can be 1 trillion. Sorry for taking such a large figure, of course, no one. Or it can be a billion, or it can be 1 million plus 1. So if I say 10 is subtracted from it, maybe it will come out to be less than 1 million. Maybe the values are in trillion. After subtracting also 10, the value will be coming out to be more than a million. So you should be aware about it. We will be discussing more about inequality. Right now, we are just talking about the equation. So in future, there'll be separate session on inequality. There we will discuss about it. My linear part is over. Intentionally, I have not taken the polynomials here. We will discuss them at right time because before that, I want to take up the quadratic equation. So in the next class on Wednesday, I'm going to pick up the quadratic equations. That is second degree equation where the power of x is coming out to be 2. So in the next session, we'll be certainly going to talk about this. Please make sure you're, you should be present for the class because this is again very interesting and a lot of graphs need to be drawn in that case. Fine. Okay, thank you.